Well, I'm gonna bake you a cake today. Do you want to eat a cake? Yum, 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 yum. I don't really know why this one was on clearance already, because it's a Christmas ornament, but, enough of that. So I had two rough ideas to work with this thing, and I actually did try and sketch out something so I could play with, like, some colors and some names for this character, and I didn't really come up with anything concrete. But I decided I was just going to start because I didn't want this to be another thing that just sat around for like 3 years before I decided something or gave it away. So here we are, we're just starting with some purple because purple is always the best color to start with. And yes, I used the grape that I have mentioned before, can be very, very funky. And I used it to mix a different color for this. And, well, we'll see the results of that in a minute or so here. But I was just kind of trying to balance the colors out with light and dark. So I did... Well, I did the skirt and the boots dark, and then I kind of went and did some other stuff. Like, I did the skin, and then I did the lighter part of the clothes. And it's hard to really... It doesn't really look like I'm painting the skin tone anything, but it is a light gray, not white. So there is a difference. It just doesn't show up very well. But anyway, yeah, so that's the original color. It's like, okay, maybe this is I don't know, this might be a smidge dark for what I'd want, but I do also really like it, so I'm just not going to mess with it. And, it's just a nice grayish lavendery color, maybe a smidge more on the gray, but, it was a lighter color and it balanced with the dark that's going on. But of course, because I used grape, I let this thing dry, and then, well, it kind of didn't look this color anymore. Like, at all. I mean, it was a fine color, but it was way, way darker than what I wanted. Like, this was darker than what I wanted. But again, I liked it, and I just didn't want to mess with it more. So, after it dried, and it came out really, really dark, I'm like, well, I guess this is my chance to fix the thingies, and I did fix the thingies. I actually ended up using, like, 2 more shades of purple on here, but, I don't know, I think it works still. Like, I guess the one shade only has the one spot of purple, but we ignore that. Because I still think it looks fine, okay? Also, before I even started this, and you see what I mean, it was way darker. Still nice, but just not what I was going for. But anyway, yeah. So before I even started this project, I kind of broke her legs. And I had to Mod Podge them back on, because I didn't feel like digging any other glue out. And then, of course, at some point later on in this project, I broke her legs again, so... This girl's having some issues. But, yes, so... I actually did want to try and avoid going to my go-to colors fully on this, and, that didn't go so well. The cake is pink! So, purple and pink, I'm still on my color scheme, yay! But it looks so good together, like, I'm obsessed with how this thing turned out. There's, like, maybe a couple tiny little things, and it's mostly, well, I'll get to that in a minute. We're going to backtrack, and we're going to kind of talk about her story. So, this was a little Mrs. Claus ornament, right? And I do feel a little bad destroying a Christmas ornament and turning it into a Halloween thing. But, so I was thinking that she would have, like, essentially, like, an everyday form where she looks like this sweet lady who wants to bake you a cake or something, essentially. And so that's how she lures you in, and then she turns into like this evil monster thingy, and then she eats you. I mean, that's a very quick, rough detail of the story. She bakes you. She breaks you down and bakes you. And, yeah. So that's the story I came up with this one, but I do like it, and maybe eventually I will actually get around to writing something for this. And I left parts of the dress and the sleeves and the back open because I figured just because this is molded on does not mean I can't, like, do something unintended with it. So, yeah, there's not much to go with that. And here are the wings. I'm making wings. And pretty much my only real gripe with this, well, maybe two. The hair came out a little wonky when I tried to shade it, but again, I did the grape mistake. The grape mistake and it mudged up. But yeah, the only other issue is that I kind of crushed one of the wings and it's not sitting right, and so I'm gonna have to fix it. I'll fix it eventually, I just don't feel like it right now. But yeah, here comes some red for some strawberry, because it's a strawberry shortcake or something like that, I guess. I don't know, it's pink! It's got pink on it, and it looks so good with the rest of it! Like, I could have done, like, some sort of grape-themed cake, I guess, to make it purple and stick with the colors, but I really like that the cake sticks out from her. I don't know, maybe I'm just too used to Cheyenne's pink and purple theme, but the cake just pops with it. And then, you know, after I did the red on the cake, I wanted to incorporate a little bit of red into her design as well, just to kind of tie it all together. And I had all these molded designs that I could have essentially ignored. Like, the skirt was dark enough, you probably wouldn't have really paid much attention to it. But, and I don't know, the white, because her hair's white and there's just a little bit of white in the cake, on the bottom of the cake, I'm not even sure how well that shows up. Also, I am obsessed with the crosshatch, whatever you want to call that, in the back. And, okay, back to the white. I just wanted to incorporate a little bit of the white into her design, just so that it wasn't like the white was in 1 or 2 tiny spots. Now it's in 3 spots! I suppose it doesn't necessarily make a difference that it's in 3 spots instead of like 1 or 2, but it made sense in my head, okay? That's all I got. And I thought it would be neat just to kind of break up the black on the apron part a little bit. Like, there's only 3 dots of red on there, and I probably could have, like, maybe swirled some of my own design on there, but I just didn't feel like risking mudging it up, because quite frankly, I kind of just used my desk as a palette when I was mixing those colors, and you can see in the bottom corner where my palette laid, and no, I have not cleaned that up yet. But yeah, I just kind of didn't want to try and recreate that color again because it came out super nice. And you know what? Maybe I should have gotten a bottle and tried to have a bottle of that color saved anyway, so I could use it for future projects. I mean, rain would not look bad with this color, and I could even use it as a lighter purple for Cheyenne, even though he usually has dark purple and light pinks. But, you know, we can do what we want here. I can make him wear orange no, I'm not making him wear orange. That's never going to happen. I'm going to get asked to do that at some point now, aren't I? Anyway, moving on. I also really like the little splat of red on the bow in the back. I love it. But anyway, let me know what you would have done differently with this down in the comments below or in my Discord. Or if you get it and want to paint one yourself, let me know what you did with it. And I guess there's not... Get back in the frame, you! Come on, you can do it. There you go. I still haven't learned. I'm not very teachable. Okay, yeah. And anyway, I guess that's it for this one. Just, yeah, any comments you got down below, let me know. Let me share your thoughts. And until next time, bye-bye, happy Halloween!